Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch has agreed to stay in her role under Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani. All right, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. NYPD Commissioner agrees to work with Zohran Mamdani. And there was a lot of talk that there was going to be a massive exodus. A lot of officers was going to just move out of state, possibly Texas or Florida. There's been a lot of talk of a exodus that was going to happen due to this Zohran Mamdani winning the election. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. And I tell a lot of people, don't run. Stay in New York. That's your home. Stay up there and try to, continue praying. Again, that's your home. And again, running away is not going to solve the problem. So I give a lot of credit to the NYPD commissioner. Again, she's going to stick around and she's going to stay there. All right. And I do believe there's a possibility a lot of people is going to stay. It says here, many have questioned Jessica's future with the department because she and Mamdani differ on key issues, such as hiring more officers. In the controversial strategic response group, Mamdani said he and Jessica both prioritize what matters most, keeping New Yorkers safe. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Again, there was videos of Mamdani, I think back in 2021 or 2020, he was saying we need to defund the police and this and that. And again, you guys seen the video. And I don't think he's going to do that, defund the police. There's a lot of stuff right now that he has broken a lot of promises. Free bus rides, yeah, that's not going to happen. All right. Even the state of New York say we're not going to allow that. All right. So he just posted another video. Give me money. Give me money. They just raised $1 million, and now he made a second video. We need to raise $4 million. It's like the big scammers artists out there now. But again, don't run away from New York. Many of you voted for him. Just got to stick around. The mayor-elect discussed his decision with Pix 11 News in an exclusive interview with Dan on Wednesday morning. So, all right. So this is a bombshell news that's coming out right now. It says here, I look forward to working with Commissioner Jessica Tisch to deliver genuine public safety in New York City. I have admired her work cracking down on corruption in the upper echelons of the police department, driving down crime in New York City, and standing up for New Yorkers in the face of authoritarianism, Mamdani said in a statement. All right, so in other words, it seems like everything he said about the NYPD was all baloney. Once, again, it's always like that. Once you get into the spotlight, a lot of things changes. And the voters is like, hold on, didn't you say you was going to do this and this and this and this? Now all of a sudden, it's a whole different ballgame. It's called politics. Free stuff, yeah, you guys will fool. Again, nothing in this world is free. You're not going to get no free food. You're not going to get no free bus rides. That was all baloney stuff. And, defund the police, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Again, this country always need police. There's always crime going on. Subway in New York is, it's just out of control. They had National Guards and stuff. So the amount that we had budgeted, that's the amount that we need. Through the course of this last year, we've seen that the NYPD has a retention crisis. NYPD is not getting too much credit. They have dealt with so many headaches ever since George Floyd stuff in 2020. I mean, you guys seen what happened. I mean, the streets were just crazy. And then you have like all these Palestine stuff, the protests. I mean, they got to deal with this stuff 24/7. And then the subway crimes. I mean, there's always some protest going on. The No Kings Day, something like that. I mean, they got to deal with 20,000 protests. Man, to help combat the rate at which officers were quitting the NYPD, Mamdani suggested cutting down on force overtime and instead redirecting additional workloads. That dude, again, there's going to be more crime going on in that region. I just got a feeling there's going to be a lot more crimes. The key thing here is you make sure they have a quality of life, he said. We are asking those officers to do the work that can be done elsewhere. Now, Jessica, the former Department of Sanitation Commissioner, was appointed as the NYPD's boss in 2024. Her tenure started on rocky ground amid turmoil at the mayor's office. Now, Jessica replaced interim Commissioner Tom Dolan, who stepped into the role after Edward resigned amid a federal corruption investigation. Federal authorities then raided Tom Dolan's homes just a week after his appointment. Jeez, there was some stuff going down with these commissioners. Eric Adams stacked the upper echelon of the NYPD with corruption and incompetence, Mamdani said in October. Commissioner Tisch took on that broken status quo, started to root out corruption, deliver accountability, and reduce crime. Now, following the announcement of Mamdani keeping Tisch in her role, New York City Mayor Eric Adams praised her work in implementing policies and initiatives that his administration pushed for. Now, in choosing her to stay on as police commissioner, Mayor-elect Mamdani is recognizing our public safety efforts were right and that they will continue into the future. Eric Adams said in a statement, "We all want a safer city," and keeping Commissioner Jessica Tisch in place and supporting our police officers every day with the policies we have implemented is exactly how we do that. Well, I pray that everything goes well under Zohran Mamdani. Again, I know a lot of people don't like him, but remember one thing, God allowed these people to be in the spotlight. God will always be in control. God is always in control. God will make sure that, again, God sees everything. All these people that is in the spotlight, whether it's mayor, governor, president, vice president, Supreme Court judges, again, Democrat, Republicans, the House, the Senate, you name it. Even foreign countries, prime ministers, and all them other leaders, they all play this role, a huge role of Bible prophecy. All right. So it says here, the NYPD has lost more members than it gained over the past year. Wow. According to the Police Benevolent Association. At the same time, all major crimes have decreased. Shooting incidents hit record lows in October, according to the NYPD. So it seems like things were going good under Eric Adams, bringing down those crimes. Thanks to the men and women of the NYPD, the strategies were deployed. So again, it seems like a combination of Eric Adams and the NYPD. They have come together and done some good stuff here, bringing down the crimes. Here's the thing that really bothers me. If things is working, if things are looking good and numbers of crime are going down, why you guys went for another dude, especially a socialist? Oh my goodness. Again, I don't know how New Yorkers do their stuff up there, but man, good gosh. I mean, if things go well with one person, then put him back in the spotlight. Thanks to the men and women of the NYPD, the strategies we deployed this year have delivered historic reduction in crime, said Jessica Tisch, in a statement. I've spoken to Mayor-elect Mamdani several times, and I'm ready to serve with honor as his police commissioner. That's because he and I share many of the same public safety goals for New York City: lowering crime, making communities safer, rooting out corruption, and giving our officers the tools, support, and resources they need to carry out their noble work. Mamdani has begun selecting key members of his administration. He recently announced Dean Folehan, a Bill de Blasio alum, as his first deputy mayor. All right, so this is the latest breaking news. Once again, NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, she will stay in New York. And this is a very important news because there's been a lot of talk about NYPD officers just giving up their badges and just leaving to another state. And we've seen a lot of that happening back in 2020 and 2021. I live in the state of Florida, and I see many, many officers that came from New York. And we've seen a lot of cars with New York license plates and New Jersey license plate, even Michigan license plates. Back in 2021, there was all these, we've seen, again, US 19. If you guys have traveled to Florida, like I-75 or US 19, back in 2021, the streets was packed with all these vehicles of New York license plates and New Jersey license plates. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I do believe there's a possibility we might see something like that, but not as crazy as 2020 and 2021. The reason why a lot of people came down here is because of the COVID restriction. Here in Florida, we weren't doing that mask stuff and all that. It was just a regular day in the country. New York, well, they were forcing everyone to get that juice and forcing them to wear the face mask again and all that type of stuff. But again, what do you expect? Democrats. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.